By a fantastic guest this morning. Fresh from appearing on Sunday Brunch, Steph's Packed Lunch and the British Street Food Awards. Oh, that's posh. It's Jess Goldthorpe, who is from Bishop Auckland, and she is the founder of Saving Nemo, which is a fish and chip company, but with a bit of a twist. Morning, Jess.
Morning.
Morning.
Nice to have you.
Oh, thank you for coming, especially so early on a morning. You didn't bring fish and chips, or did you?
Unfortunately, not this time.
Too
sorry.
early. Can I start off with the British Food Awards then? I mean, because you were nominated for an award. How did it go?
Yeah, so originally this started like, oh God, probably January. So we applied, we went to the semi-finals in Leeds. It was one of our busiest markets of the year. It was in Leeds Dock. And then unfortunately we didn't get through. And then Richard, who owns it, rang me 2 weeks before the final and went, oh, do you want to come down? So we went in as a wild card, so we ended up in top 16 out of over 3,000 applicants.
Wow.
Unfortunately, we didn't come away with any awards, but obviously saying that we're top 16 in the UK currently for street food is pretty amazing.
That is excellent, yeah, because that is a huge, huge market, isn't it?
It's definitely growing, especially the past couple of years.
Now, I know we said you're a fish and chip company with a bit of a twist. Tell us what the twist is.
So we're actually like 100% vegan. So we use tofu, we marinate for 24 hours in like our blend of herbs and spices and batter it.
Right.
I mean, anything in batter can't be bad, can it? Really?
Yeah, cover anything in batter, anything at all. Did that come about as like kind of a lifestyle choice for you, or how did the idea come about? Because I know I'm not quite vegan, but my other half is gluten free, so we struggle. And if you are vegan, or if you're gluten free, or if you've got like some kind of dietary difference, say, you do struggle sometimes to access everyday things like this, don't you?
Yeah, so originally I wasn't really enjoying my job anymore. So one thing I've always loved to do is cook. I used to cook my grandma, like in the kitchen, baking things. So I asked the people where I used to live in Northampton at the time what they wanted to see as a vegan takeaway originally, and they said fish and chips. So I started researching it and developing the recipes, but it's kind of suits me because I'm a dive in the North Sea, also marine mammal medic, so I go and rescue seals as well. So it's a perfect fit, really.
Yeah, it sounds like it. And how popular is it?
Very. We're still on the festival season. We've got one left to go, which is Linda's fan. So can't wait for 2 weeks where I can just have a lion.
Yeah, but I bet you're in demand because festival, it takes off big time, doesn't it, around festivals?
Yeah, it's very challenging, and throwing some weddings in between as well. You've got the pressure of sort of being the bride and groom's, choice of food and it being perfect. It's always a bit of a worry.
Part of a big day, yeah. Don't let us down. You would never do that, I know. No. So we love our Steph because obviously she's from the borough, isn't she? But what was it like going on that show?
It was crazy. So we turned up, of course it was raining, typical British summer. And we got to try the food. So Rosemary Schrager was there as well. And she honestly loved the tofu, couldn't get enough. But yeah, they tried the tofu. We do like battered vegan prawns as well, and of course deep fried cookie dough, which is always good.
There we go. Yeah, I'm just looking through the glass now because that's one of Sarah's favourite things in the world. She kind of lifted her head up and went like that. So that'll be good. She'll be checking you out. I'm sure she will. What's it like having a business and surviving throughout the cost of living crisis? Because I mean, it's hit everywhere, isn't it? Everybody's affected by that.
Yeah, I think we've kind of shifted a little bit. So this year it's not been too bad for us because we've started doing some of the festivals, which has kept us going, and obviously people support us wanting to do weddings and private events. Next year we're just going to focus solely on festivals. Unfortunately, markets are very hit and miss for us, whether that's just because of the footfall or it's not advertising if we don't fully know. But to keep going, we're doing that. Also started launching my own sauces as well, so I do vegan tartar sauce. We're launching some more, so like a gluten-free curry sauce as well. And a seafood sauce for Christmas. So you can have a vegan prawn cocktail. Oh,
that sounds amazing. That I always want to dabble a little bit more, into that kind of thing. I really do. And I follow certain people on Instagram, but sometimes I look at tofu and I think it frightens me because I think, how am I cooking it? What would be your advice to a beginner?
Marinade. Always marinade.
Right. Okay.
Tofu is very bland in itself, but it can take on so many amazing flavours. Like Asian flavours are particularly good to try the first time.
Right, I'll do that. And what's coming up in the future for you then? What's your big dream going forward?
Well, we're focusing more on the sauces,
Yeah.
so ultimately trying to get them in the supermarket would be ideal. But
dream.
keep going with the festivals.
Sounds
That's
good.
it.
Sounds good to us. And where can we catch you? I mean, I know you said Linda's Farm, but Bishop Auckland as well.
Yeah, so we're based in Bishop Auckland, but we do tend to travel. So best advice is check our social media at the start of the month.
Brilliant. And is that just Saving Nemo?
Saving Nemo Vegan.
Brilliant. Jess, thank you so much for coming in this morning.
Thanks for having us on.
And congratulations as well. That is a brilliant, really, really big achievement. So thank you so
thank
much.
you.
Jess Goldthorpe there from Saving Nemo, that vegan fish and